How's it going, guys? Cody Gardner here, RGA with the Soror Agencies out of our New York office. This is the first time I probably get to tell you guys, but congratulations on passing your state licensing exam. You guys are getting ready to get into training. I'm incredibly excited to get to meet some of you guys. What we're going to talk about in this video is going through your career meeting. All right, to walk you guys through the importance of this meeting, really what it's going to do for you is this. As I'm sure you guys have noticed as you've just started getting into the training process, things are very well laid out for you, all right? There's really a step-by-step plan for each step of the way going through training. So it's very easy to know what to do and really what to be focusing on as you go. What we've found is sometimes people are so used to having that when they finally get released, they finish training, they're ready to get out there, get their career started, they don't have as much direction or just idea of not only what to focus on, but also how to break down really what they need to accomplish on a day in, day out basis to hit the weekly, monthly, yearly goals that they have for themselves. So the purpose of this career meeting that you guys are going to have with your MGA or RGA is to help map out just that. Really focusing on like those first 30 days after release, what you want to be doing on a day in, day out, week in, week out basis to get your career out on the right foot. Now, there is a little bit of paperwork that should be done before this meeting starts. All right, most teams are making sure that they're doing their career meetings with their new trainees either right before they get started in the module training or right after. The paperwork that you need to have beforehand is first you want to have an MRO form filled out. All right, this stands for minimal, realistic, optimistic. What this form is, it's called a little bit of a financial breakdown when it comes to you and the weekly bills that you have, the weekly savings goals that you have. Maybe there's debts that you want to pay off. Pretty much what it does, it puts together a figure of, all right, with all of this, your bills, debts you want to pay off, savings you want to have, lifestyle you want to live, how much income do you need to make on a monthly basis? All right, we're going to use this form to help give you guys a roadmap on not on how to hit that, but how to exceed it. Other paperwork you want to have beforehand is you want to have a list out 5 personal and professional goals that you have for this year. At the end of the day, we want to know what motivates you. Everybody on here is here for a different reason. All right, but that reason was powerful enough that you wanted to make a change, get into a new career, new environment. And what we want to know is not just what are you looking to get out of the opportunity, but also what are you hoping the opportunity is going to give you outside of work. All right, we want to just know these things so that we can help guide you any way possible. Third thing is you're going to complete something called a How I Want to Be Coached form. One thing we really understand is everybody is different. All right, everybody is different, and we want to make sure that we are coaching you to the best of our abilities, and we're going to be able to get the best responses from you while you're navigating this new career. All right, so have those 3 forms done before you get into your career meeting. All right, so let's start with the MRO. All right, once you have this filled out and you are able to, your MGA, RGA is able to go through it and see, all right, what's the number look like? What we're then going to be able to do is take that amount of money you got to make monthly and be able to equate that into how much ALP do you need to be writing on a monthly basis to hit that number. Now, this is a very important part of the meeting because this is one of the first times we're going to talk about commits versus goals. And that's a very big thing in this business. All right, a commit, that is something that you absolutely need to hit. So when it comes to something like income, if after doing an MRO, you see that you need to make $5,000 a month to pay all your bills, live your lifestyle, that's a commit. That absolutely has to get done. A goal is something you want to drive past that. Maybe a goal is something where it's you want to make $10,000 a month because you want to move into a bigger apartment. You want to buy your first house. You want to get your kids' college fund going. You want to buy that new sports car. whatever it is. What we are going to do is put a plan together for you to hit your goal. Because the idea is this. If we make a plan for you to hit your commit, there's really only two things that typically happen. One is you hit it, which is good, or two, you fall short. But if you fall short of your commit, that's a problem. That's bad for everybody. If we make a plan for you to hit your goal, two things are going to happen most likely. One, you'll hit it, or two, you're going to fall short. But if you fall short of your goal and you really executed that game plan, you still should be well over your commit. All right? What we never want to do here is break things down to what we absolutely need. We want to drive past that toward what we want. All right? So as you guys remember from the compensation video, when it comes to compensation here, whatever amount of ALP you write, you pretty much make half of that. So very simply, if, for example, someone needed to make $5,000 a month in income to pay their bills, live their lifestyle, realistically, they would just need to write 10,000 ALP in that month to do so. Let's say their goal was they want to make $8,000 a month. All right, they want to make $8,000. They want this to be that first year they make six figures. So if that's the case, that's the game plan. That's the number that we would use to help give them a week in, week out game plan. So we would plan it against 16,000 ALP. What we're going to do from here is we're going to break that down to activity. All right, we're going to break down. If you want to write 16,000 ALP based off of our yearly stats and data that we collect every single week from every single agent, what are the averages? We're going to be able to break down for you how many appointments you need to have each week to hit that number, how many presentations you have to give, how many sales you need to make, all the way down to literally how many phone calls you need to make in a week to hit your goal. So what this will allow you guys to do is once your training's over, it's not, all right, I don't know what to do next. It's simple. All right, if I wanted to write 16,000, that's 4,000 a week. That means I got to have 40 appointments on my schedule, and I want to get that done in 5 days a week. All right, I got to get 8 appointments on my schedule. That's the simple, easy game plan that now you can begin to execute. All right, so the MRO portion is crucial and critical to giving you guys a clean cut game plan for when you're done this training. It's all right, I know exactly what I need to do to hit the production numbers I want, to hit the income numbers that I want. The second part of the career meeting is we're going to touch on those goals that you have. All right, again, we understand everyone's going to be here for a different reason. You're going to want to get something out of this career differently. There might be somebody who's watching me right now that's thinking, you know what? I want to have my name on the door one day. I want to be the next RGA. I want to be the next SGA. Somebody else could be watching right now thinking, I'm really here. I just want to make an extra $500-600 a week while I'm in school or just from home. No matter what, we care about what your goals are. We care about the reasons that you came here. But we also want to make sure that we know what they are. So we want to get that laid out at the beginning. So we always want people to make sure they take their time to really think about it. What are, again, like 4 or 5 goals you have, some personal, some professional. All right? And so that way we can help any way we can. Maybe in your personal goal, we might not be able to exactly help in that regard, but at least now we know what it is that you're playing for and see if there's any way that we can help in some way. The professional ones we can certainly help out in. If you're someone that really expresses a desire to move up and grow with the company, get into a leadership position, we're going to take this time to map out for you. All right, you said, all right, your goal is you want to be an MGA in a year. We'll map out for you in this meeting. All right, when do you need to get promoted by? What's it going to take to get that promotion? What level of commitment is that going to take? What level of production activity is that going to take? We might even get into some, different recruiting things, showing you exactly what your team size would look like at those levels and also what your income would look like getting to those levels. If your goal was you wanted to be one of the top producers in the company, 8,000 agents of the entire company, you want to be a top 10. We'll show you what level of activity it would take to get there. All right, so we're going to go through what your goals are. and just help give you an idea of what it'll take to get to them. And then one of the last things we're going to cover is, again, how you want to be coached. Majority of the people on here right now, this is probably the first time that you're in the insurance industry. And what we understand is that we have all walks of life that will start in this business. And that means that not everybody can be coached the same. Some of you might have some of that, still got some of that sport mentality, that idea of, having a coach kind of grabbing you by the face mask and really laying into you if you're making mistakes. You might respond really, really well to that. But you also might be somebody where that's not really what's going to, be the best communication for you. You'd much rather somebody take you off to the side. All right, let you know what you may be doing wrong, give you steps to improve. You might be somebody that wants to be held extra accountable more than anybody else. You also might be somebody that is, more of an introvert, and you're still kind of nervous about being in an industry where you're going to be speaking with different clients, different people on a day in, day out basis. You guys will probably hear him say it, but Albie Serrer owns the agency. He almost didn't take the job here because he was scared to just give a single presentation to one person. But because his management team knew how to coach him properly, they were able to help him not only break that fear, but now he does speaking events of tens of thousands of people. So we just want to know, what is the best way to communicate with you so that we can do our absolute best to make sure that we have you in an environment conducive not only to your professional growth, but also your personal growth. All right? Again, the overall goal of this meeting is going to be, we know how to communicate with you to be most effective. We know what your big goals are, what you're driving for, why you chose this opportunity, and what you want to get out of it. And number 3, that you have a very specific, broken down game plan to know exactly what you need to do on a day in, day out, week in, week out basis to hit those goals. All right? We cover all 3 of those things. Then all you got to do, execute the plan, put it in place. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. If you haven't already, make sure that you reach out to your MGA, RGA immediately after this. Get that career meeting scheduled so we can start getting your goals mapped out.